What's going on, guys? Gomer's here. We're dressed in all black because we have a burial of a lot of legends removed. It's the time of the year that we look at what legends did not return from last year. We will talk about two potential new ones as well, and also some big news regarding content this week. We already know who the big set card is going to be. Some really cool diamonds coming, so stay tuned. Leave a like down below. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. Trying to hit 70,000 relatively soon, so make sure and do that. And let's start on a positive note. Or should we... I don't know. Well, we'll sandwich this in, positive, negative, positive, okay? So we'll look at the content that we have coming this week. So on the schedule, we are going to have the City Connect jerseys coming in by way of an event on Tuesday alongside a brand new headliner pack. Now, the City Connect jerseys are already in the game. If you go to exhibition rosters, you'll see those same City Connect jerseys are already there. Maybe you'll want to look there because Gomer's big ass isn't blocking this one. The Red Sox, you can see their yellow jerseys. Let me know what you think about the City Connect jerseys. I know we have a lot new coming this year as well. They were pretty hit and miss last year. I was pretty cold on this yellow Boston because they're the Red Sox, not the Yellow Sox. So obviously it is weird, but yellow is very important to the city of Boston. You'll see even the brand new ones are going to be updated in the game. That's key to note. The Nationals Cherry Blossom is already in the game, so these are coming to Diamond Dynasty. They should be event rewards. I don't know if it's going to be each individual jersey. I hope not. I hope it's just a pack where you can choose one out of the, I think, 7 or 8 that are in the game right now. And then we are also going to have a brand new headliner pack as well. Like I mentioned, a legend closer is coming into the game, so you can expect that to be a pretty decent card, probably somewhere around a 90-91 overall. I'm curious how this is going to work this year because this Torkelson is probably one of the worst value packs to open ever. If you pull this card, which you aren't guaranteed, you are still going to lose about 10,000 stubs. Maybe, no, scratch that, 9K, I forgot. You get a diamond jersey on top of there. So you have a 1 to 3 odds at pulling a 90 plus, which is great, which it's probably going to be this Torkelson. Maybe you have better odds at regular diamonds too. I'm not exactly sure. Let me know if you guys have been pulling a lot of Trouts out of this pack here. But based off face value, it doesn't look all that great. But then again, your other option, your alternative, I guess, is pulling this one, 7,500 for a silver card, which is not ideal. So that's what we have coming on Tuesday. On Friday, we are looking at part 2 of that same event for the City Connect and new packs. Headliner set 3, so another card of the same forte that we just talked about. And the Big Dog set 2 packs featuring MLB Pipeline's #1 prospect, which is, of course, Bobby Witt Jr. This is a card art I made for him right there. I think it turned out rather well. Bobby Witt Jr., I'll throw his attributes from last year of his Future Star card up. Very excited. He's starting the year off with the Royals. That's what you like to see. The Royals aren't contenders by any means. Seriously, by any stretch of that definition, they are not contenders. But they still are starting Bobby Witt Jr. up in the MLB. Unlike the Pirates, who are in an even worse situation, to be fair. But you can tell the Royals at least give a shit. They acknowledge their fans, which is cool to see. So he's going to be the top card, no doubt. I'm expecting a 91 overall, since he is technically ranked above Hadley Rutschman currently. Otherwise, there's going to be a couple other big ones. We saw Kluber, Todd Helton. There's usually 3 of the top rare rounds, which those cards went for a decent amount. They are going for about 3,600. If they go for the same value, the pack's not really worth opening, but it is worth seeing the cards, and they're probably going to be worth using. These are decent cards. The Kluber, the Helton's a little mid, unfortunately. The Volpe is rather good, though. So we're going to have Bobby Witt Jr. and I think 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other cards. So there's probably going to be at least 2 or so other prospects. So if you guys are looking forward to that, let me get some guesses, some top guys that you hope to see for your favorite teams this year. But I think it is time to unfortunately unveil what legends are not returning. This is going to come as a surprise to nobody. Kirby Puckett. again, I'm sure everybody just fucking gasped. They are breathless, speechless that Kirby Puckett is not returning. Of course, we're all assuming it has to do with his DV case that was back in 2003. Again, you would think they would have the foresight to look into something like that, but with Roberto Alomar's situation going on that same year, maybe they felt if we're going to not include him, we're not going to bring another Kirby Puckett card out. Andrew Jones also is not in the game. This is another big one. I was curious why we didn't get another big Andrew Jones card, and it seems like this might be why. They no longer have his rights. Again, if you're curious how, are you just grasping this out of thin air? No. I looked at all the legends from last year, went into this year, searched their name in the player search, and they are nowhere to be found in the rosters, so they are not included. SDS no longer has their likeness, but we are going to get new legends. That is important to note. Roberto Alomar, again, real shocker there, Gomer, I'm sure. So he's not going to be in the game. I will say those are the biggest three. It's not Ted Williams and Ty Cobb. We're not going to have monumental, and Rogers Hornsby, I guess we lost last year as well. Tino Martinez, another guy who never got a better card last year. So I don't know if that's the reason why, or if, they just didn't get around to releasing a card for him. But he is not going to be at the game this year. Dan Plesac, which is a little interesting. He's no longer the commentary booth, and maybe he just said, fuck it. He's not going to be in the rosters as well. So Dan Plesac is out. Next up, El Duque, Orlando Hernandez. I was kind of surprised to see this one. This was usually a fan favorite for a low-tier diamond earlier on in the game because he had that sinker. It was a decent little card. We have Jack Morris, another guy who didn't get an upgrade, which usually would get like a 99 overall. It's a big part of Minnesota history. It seems like they want to tear down Minnesota sports culture. But then, to redeem themselves, they, brought in Joe Mauer and Justin Morneau. In my opinion, it's okay. I'd rather have those two than a Jack Morris card, right? But losing Kirby Puckett sucks too. Pee Wee Reese is not going to be at the game. I'm sure this was a very meta card for most people. Obviously not. He's very famous for, being one of the first to embrace Jackie Robinson as his teammate. So he is gone from the game. Cliff Floyd, which is interesting. He's part of MLB Network. I don't know if he appears. We've been doing a lot of ball player grinding, a lot of Road to the Show. I'm not exactly watching the podcast per se, but I don't think I've seen Cliff Floyd pop up, which he was there last year, and he's not going to be in the game as a player. Frank Tanana had a one-year stint. I believe he was the Angels collection last year. It was kind of very mid-card, so I'm okay with that. Ryan Klesko, all right. I can't remember getting a single at-bat in with our Klesko card his entire run with MLB The Show, so that's okay. Dwight Evans, again, another guy I'm sure so many people are very upset about. Again, I'm sure a guy who I'm sure was in practically everybody's lineup. This was a very meta card. No doubt had over 1,000 green parallels by the end of the year. Jesus, Gomer. Okay, these are pretty high overalls, but not all of these are guys that would used super often, so they don't hurt as much. Will Clark, he was always a decent card. He's going to be missed. I think that will be a decent little loss for a new legend, and that's it. Mike Scott, he's gone as well. Mike Scott, he's gone as well. I do remember liking his card back in, I think, MLB 19, MLB 20. He used to be pretty good. He was a 4-pitch guy, but was pretty effective. The hit 9 at 120 definitely helped out last year. Again, as evident by the screen, I didn't use him. George Foster, he is gone. Again, another guy that always had a pretty decent card, but there was usually better options by the time he was released. So a lot of these guys, you kind of get the picture. John Orud as well. He was a very disappointing Team Affinity card. Everybody was, or a decent portion of us that realized John Orud could potentially have a good card. We're disappointed to find out that it was rather mid. So that's pretty much going to end this one out for those removed legends. Again, the biggest hits are obviously Kirby, Roberto Alomar, and Andrew Jones, but you've had time to prepare for Kirby not being in the game. And to be fair, he hardly was in the game. Roberto Alomar, he was essentially gone all year as well. He was, I think, a collection card, and we never saw him again. Andrew Jones is going to suck. He never had a great card in Diamond Dynasty. I don't know why. I think he's a fringe Hall of Famer, but whatever. So those are the legends removed. Let's talk about a couple new legends that might be introduced. Carlos Delgado. We had Rich Eisen leak this when he was talking to Randy Johnson ahead of MLB The Show 22's launch weekend. And it sounds like a 2000 Carlos Delgado card, which is going to be insane by every stretch of that word. It is going to be a true masterpiece at the dish. I'm very excited. He was on my most wanted legends list for quite so many years. And then Luis Castillo, I'm not too sure about this one. We saw a reply on a Healy tweet talking about this guy was opening packs on the companion app, and he pulled Luis Castillo, the red, who should be a twin in my eyes, but he's not. Anyway, Luis Castillo, the infielder, who, funny enough, used to play for the Twins, and of course, probably most well-known first time in the Marlins, the World Series championship team. Maybe he's going to be in the game. Maybe this could be a leftover card art, just a glitch, but it seems maybe they might have his likeness. So that is something to keep an eye on going forward. But it sounds like Delgado absolutely is going to be in the game. They wanted him to be a surprise, but Rich Eisen said, fuck you. That's what we have for this one. New content coming this week. I'm excited. Let me know what you guys think about the removed legends. Who are you most disappointed of not returning? And if you enjoyed this one, leave a like down below. Subscribe if you guys are new. Thank you all for watching. Hope you guys have a great day. There goes out. Yeet.